So Hall H, please stand there and let 7,000 people spew their love at you. How's it going?
It's like we're ready to make the chimmy fucking chongas around here. It's only been 11 years in the waiting.
I know. For you to see this up there, to see you as Deadpool again, but in this
1 year ago to almost today, some asshole in here leaked that footage. And that's why we're standing here. I mean, Tim Miller and I, the director, we just sat back there and just shook our heads in kind of awe, just thinking, how did we get here? It was that moment. You guys, the internet, fans, you guys made the studio do this. You bent their arms behind their backs, twisted their friggin' necks, and here we are.
Well, I know people are very excited. And I think let's bring everyone, first of all, let's bring Tim Miller out, yes. Director Tim Miller out here. And also, as Vanessa, Morena Baccarin! Nice to meet you. As Weasel, my good friend Mr. TJ Miller is also here. You gotta do warm up.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, TJ. As Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Brianna Hildebrand! As Ajax, Ed Skrein! And as Angel Dust, Gina Carano! Welcome. Please, everyone, have a seat next to your name. In a world
divided by...
Yeah! You could just do that from now on.
I know, I do it all the time. It drives my wife nuts.
All right, so Tim, let's start with you.
Let's not start with me.
You don't want to start with you?
No.
It all starts with you.
Let's start with Ryan.
Ah, get in there. Give Tim a question. He'll be great. Trust me. Yeah.
Tim,
He'll find some way to work in a horrible
love? So
it's a man named Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was a perfect answer.
Jeez.
So people love this character, and they've been dying to see this get its own movie for a long time. This character gets its own movie. So can you talk about what made you decide like this is something that we're going to do? Now is the time. We can do this. We have the time and resources.
Fox said you can make it if you want, and I said okay. I mean, that's pretty much it. I would have made this fucking movie anytime, but it had to come at the right time, and the studio was ready to make it now. And I think it's because, as Ryan said, it's the fans.
Absolutely.
He's the perfect character for our time, I think.
Yeah. And Ryan, why do you think people are so in love with Deadpool?
I think this character inhabits a space in the comic universe that no other person can or will ever inhabit. I mean, it's got everything you'd ever want. For one, I just think it's an absolute miracle that a studio let us make Deadpool, let alone a rated R Deadpool. I still think.
But I mean, but you have to. You would have to do it this way. There's no way.
That's us talking. That's not the people that cut the big fat check.
Did you have to convince them of that, or did they just say, "Hey, man, do whatever you want to do with this"?
Eventually, they said that, but at the beginning, I mean, it is. But they didn't say that at first. It was R, then it was PG, then it was R again. But ultimately, I think they see that the world is ready for something different.
No matter what the rating is, though, babies will love this. I'm telling you right now.
It's going to be the feel-good baby movie of the year.
For sure, 100%.
Do you feel like this is the like it is? Do you feel like Deadpool is your soul? Like, do you feel when you put on the suit, do you feel like, yeah, I'm this guy. This is the guy.
Oh no, when you put that suit on, there's just the whole energy and atmosphere on the set changes. I mean, I've
not to mention the smell.
Yeah, the smell changes
dramatically.
That thing takes a beating. I mean, it was just it's sort of meant to be slightly disgusting, which is also a nice thing. It's all sewn up shoddily by Deadpool himself, but. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer, I mean, I've only ever done one other like proper full, sorry, not proper, superhero movie, but
oh damn.
But I didn't have a suit, you know. It was a computer-generated suit, so I never really got to experience what that was like to walk onto a set fully embodied.
And you didn't get to talk that much.
No, yeah. This time I don't shut up.
Yeah.
No.
Morena, can you talk a little bit about Vanessa and just anything?
Anything. I'll say
Anything you want. Like
Sure.
who is she? What anything.
She's a badass. It was really awesome to read the script, especially as a woman. You don't get to read many superhero movies that have a badass romantic lead in it. And she gives him lip right back, and not necessarily the talking kind.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
She's just really awesome. She's a really, a perfect match to his crassness.
Yeah.
TJ.
Yes, Chris.
Hey, TJ Miller.
Hi, Chris Hardwick. How
I
are
adore
you?
you.
Hello, Comic-Con. This is my first time coming. Thank you guys for having me.
serious?
It's very
Yeah.
crazy. Yes. You seem weary, but thank you.
Right.
I mean, for crap's sake, you would think HBO would bring Silicon Valley to Comic-Con.
What are we going to bring a show about Northern California and Southern California? Yeah,
Come on,
forget
say what are
that.
you going to do about that? You're
I
crazy.
wanna say really
They wouldn't
quickly-
understand. We're different states.
Chris, I want to tell you that this said we're promoting an R-rated film, the first real R-rated superhero film. On the back of these, it says, please be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age.
Yeah.
And to those of you, I say, you're going to fucking love this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amen.
I think we I think we blew past that barrier when we showed the first part of this. I think where everyone's totally You kids have the internet now. You're desensitized to this shit. Come on.
Most of you have seen horses fuck before you kiss your first girl.
All right, good. Well, let's go there. Let's go there then. Let's go there. You know why, TJ? Because it's unbridled passion. It's
Wow, unbridled. Well
it's
done.
unbridled passion.
Oh, my God.
And I just get bored of people after a while.
Right?
Oh, Chris, I eat your sea biscuit anyway.
Oh, Giddy up, Tej. Brianna.
And I play Weasel. Go ahead.
Yeah, well done.
I think you gave us a sense of who Weasel was without
so, yeah.
actually saying. Brianna, what can you tell us about your character?
So I play Negasonic teenage Warhead, and she is a 15-year-old like superhero in training. She's Colossus's trainee, and yeah, she's pretty gothic, apathetic, and she's a very strong young superhero who's a female, and I love her.
Excellent. And what was the experience like for you coming into the cast, and where did you see yourself fitting in? I mean, was the shoot grueling? Was it fun? Was it a dream come true?
It was so fun. It was all fun, and it was such a dream come true because I may or may not have had a huge crush on Ryan Reynolds growing up. So
What?
and this was my first like film, really. So I had no idea what to expect, but it was so fun, and like the energy among everyone was great, and we all got along great, and yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, yeah, when the lead character is like that actor really sets the tone of the set. And
Right.
so when it's someone like you and it's someone who's nice and fun, you have TJ on there too. I mean, it sounds.
Oh yeah, it's so easy to be relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds like we're going into overtime.
She actually
sounds like-
showed me this photo of her Photoshop with that photo of Ryan where he's like super like 12-pack muscles, and she Photoshopped herself into the
I Photoshopped
photo
myself
next to
into-
Ryan when she was in high school. She really did have a crush. It was pretty
Did you show him that?
Yeah, I did. I printed it out.
What do you say to that?
I guess I was her Joey Lawrence. That's who it was for me. I photoshopped
Whoa.
myself into every Joey Lawrence photo I could find, and I feel you. I feel your pain.
Well, we have a special guest. Joey Lawrence is here. That would be amazing. Oh, that would be amazing. Whoa! No, he's not a TJ. I'm sorry. I was just doing a bit.
Chris, God.
I didn't mean to toy with your heart.
Okay, TJ, stay with us. You're okay. It's okay.
TJ later will go to an equestrian center.
Yeah. Right?
You're really going to stir up some controversy with these horse puns.
I'm gonna stir it up. You said the horse thing.
Stir up like.
Stir up. Well done. Oh, well done. Good. You've saddled me with another bit. Thank you. This is what we do all day. This is the shit we do all day.
Wow, this is good.
Good.
Hey.
Bring it
All right.
back
No, you're right. No points for that one.
Come on. They're chomping at the bit for the rest of the panel,
Okay,
please.
perfect.
A 2-year-old.
Oh, God.
Ed, what can you tell us about Ajax?
Ajax runs the workshop that Wade Wilson comes into as a terminally ill ex-Special Forces soldier, and we give him the superpowers that turn him into Deadpool, and he's very disrespectful and ungrateful.
All right.
That doesn't seem right. That seems very threatening.
No, that's about right.
Do you feel you owe them something? You feel like you should owe them anything for this?
Oh, for the superpower?
Sure.
No, you should see what they turn me into, though. That's I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah. Let's talk. I want to talk to Gina about angel dust. What can you tell us about angel dust?
Oh, I basically feel like we're creators with a, I mean, personally, I have, Angel Dust has little anger issues. So we helped create Mr. Deadpool, and it's been kind of like a revolution. I'm looking out here, and it's just such a massive event, and it's such a pleasure to be a part of it with this cast and the crew and Tim Miller. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of it. And thank you for allowing me the outlet to have my anger issues resolved.
Now, when you obviously there's just an irreverent tone that is necessary to bring this onto the screen, and you obviously chose the right cast. How much was there riffing on the set and screwing around, or how much? I mean, did you allow that to go on?
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, the whole... First of all, I can't stop it. Ryan does it nonstop, and TJ is completely uncontrollable.
Professional.
Really. Like, even when I would get angry at him and tell him to quit fucking around, he would still do it. But everybody was great. I mean, we had a great set. For a first-time director, it's got to be one of the best experiences I could hope for, because we had no drama, no difficulty. The studio was behind us for all the decisions. They didn't question anything that we did, even though they probably should have.
I think Tim was the biggest drama on set, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a prima donna.
Yeah.
Very
Stuff
needy.
that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan had to hug me at least twice a day.
Oh, he's such a crybaby. God. He's such a pervert, too. Everything that this guy cries if he sees unadulterated rage. It gets him.
It's true. Ryan did this scene where he comes in at a pivotal part of the movie that I won't tell you about, and he's just so fucking angry. And Ryan, he does this thing, and he's like, dude, I got like 2 fucking takes in me for this because I'm... But it was brilliant, and so I choked up a little bit.
Hey,
I
found him weeping in the
it was
corner
so
afterwards.
good.
I was like none of the funny, dramatic stuff does it, just the pure rage. Huh? You should direct the next Hulk. You just be crying like a baby the whole time behind the monitor.
I cried for the emotional stuff.
Or direct an
And then-
episode of Nancy Grace.
And then he got really jealous. And then Ryan gets really jealous because in the third act, Morena did this amazing scene, and I teared up again. And then he did his side of it, and I was like, "Yeah, that was all right."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Where's my tears? Where's mine?"
No
Were there
love.
were there things that you felt like, oh well, maybe this is one step too far, maybe this is one step too...
Only every day?
Oh yeah,
Literally every day.
Yeah, there's stuff that I would get home. I would be lying awake in bed, and I would text Tim just to say, "Hey, that thing I said, that extra joke at the end of that scene when I'm walking out of the cab, could you make sure that's never seen by anyone?" Because there's a number of organizations that will find me.
There was a rewrite. T.J. Miller got involved in one of the scenes, and he wrote some of the meanest jokes. That that's where I really said, you know what, we can't do this, because this is funny as shit, but it's fucking mean. It's just mean.
Thank you.
And
when
so-
you're-
I am not
when
mean.
You're on the
You're just
opposite
saying that
end
because
of those
Ryan-
jokes. You're laughing and crying, and then you go home and you literally cry. Thank you.
It's true. I saw Ryan's very strong. I don't know if you know, ladies, but he has a very muscular body. He's a
Muscular.
very strong man.
Very
And he
lean.
was really sweet because when Tim would cry, he'd hold him like a little cherubic baby that he is. And he'd rock him back and forth until Tim would,
Yeah.
and we'd all put on the suit and fuck around.
So what can you say about this version of Deadpool, without giving away too much. But what can you say to people? What can they expect? I mean, I know we got a glimpse of it in before with what you're saying, but what?
Well, it's everything, you know, that we loved about the comics. I mean, we have a guy that obviously is going to break the fourth wall. You're obviously going to see what and this is just my opinion, but I think the most faithful adaptation of a super suit from a comic to a movie I've ever seen. And that's Russ Schenkel. I got to shout him out. We actually have the merc with the mouth. The mouth is not at any point in our film sewn shut.
Was that a condition? You were not sewing this mouth shut.
That is a problem. That was the only thing. I wasn't even paid. They just promised me that on this movie. But and yeah, you have your merc with the mouth. You have the guy that is doing his best to annoy the living shit out of everyone around him 24/7.
And you know what? Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers too. Where are they?
They're somewhere here.
They're somewhere.
Yeah.
They deserve a lot of credit because this script, bar none, is the best script I've ever read. I get choked up. It's so good.
No, what?
Yeah, right? It was beautiful. It's beautiful.
You're okay.
I do. The script is great, and they were tireless with me trying to get this movie made with Ryan. We never let up with the studio, just constantly annoying them with emails to please make this movie. And Rhett and Paul were there beside me the whole time saying, this is the best script we've ever written, and it needs to be done. So,
Tim, you know, I gotta say, we've never met before this moment. I didn't know this, but I see this crusty exterior and a chewy center inside that I really enjoy about you.
hottest middle-aged director working.
No, but you have to know. You have to know that it's important for these people to know that this is that important to you. You know, this is a very special and important character to people. And so if you came out and you're like, yeah, we made this hotshot super movie, people are like, fuck that guy. But you're sensitive and you love it and it means something to you. And we actually have some footage to show you guys because you're good. And you've sat through a lot of TJ and I making horse puns, and so I appreciate that. And let's show some never-before-seen footage. Come on, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds in the cast of Deadpool. Well, I mean, okay. First of all, I don't have powers that control this, but you know what? I do have a microphone, so fuck it, let's show it again. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe you might want to meet Mr. Hugh Jackman!
You didn't think I'd miss it. Not in Hall H. How you guys doing? How you doing down the back? All good? How are you, Chris? Good to see you, man. Oh, hugging up.
Thank you.
I got to say, up until about 2 days ago, I had no idea that footage existed. Honestly, I never knew someone was filming it. Tom DeSanto was filming it. Someone dug it up. I think Brian made them find it, and man, have I aged. Holy crap. Moving forward, I've got 3 words for you guys. Old man Logan. That's all I'm saying. Read into it what you will. Listen, it is 16 years since that day, almost, and I got to tell you, playing the legend that is Wolverine is the greatest part I have ever had in my life. I'm biased. I think he's the greatest comic book character ever made. And I have to tell you, I'm here today for one major reason, that is to thank all of you, the fans, because you are the greatest fans any actor could ever dream of having. You are the most loyal, most passionate. You are definitely the most honest, sometimes brutally honest, yes? When we haven't always got it right, you've told us, but you've always been there. And for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I also wanted to say thanks to the worldwide team that is 20th Century Fox, led by the man who's been there from the beginning, Jim Giannopoulos. This is sounding like an obituary. I hate this. I'm sorry. I mean, look, I know they killed off Wolverine in the comic books recently, but hey, in the movies, he's not dead yet.
What does that mean? What is in store?
Well, what is in store? I want to tell you so bad. But as I promised, this next time is going to be my last time of putting on the claws. One last time. And there it is. There it is. But honestly, this has been the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And I thank you guys. But I also, right now, I have to tell you that in this movie that we're going to make, it's going to be directed by Jim Mangold, the great Jim Mangold, and yeah, he's awesome. And we have so many great, and I can tell you that the people in this room in particular, the fans in this room, I think it's going to be the best one yet for you guys. That's what I promised you. So I also want to thank, before I leave the stage, I really want to thank one person who helped me bring Wolverine to life, who also gave me my very first United States film job, the one and only the amazing genius Brian Singer. Come on here, Brian. That is literally the first time I've seen you run, ever.
Ever. I don't run.
Are you okay?
I made it.
Paramedic? No.
That was very emotional. I had never seen that before.
I know. It was kind of wild.
Yeah.
You know that look on my face when I was completely shocked? Like, I had no idea, because I have never known more in my life that I had not got a job than in that audition. Because when I was auditioning, this is Brian. Okay, cut. I don't know. You want to do the second scene? You can do it if you want, whatever. So I do the second scene. Cut. Okay, yeah, I'd really like it to work out. I was like, what? Who is this guy? Never play poker with this man. That's all I can tell you.
I've never offered a man, a woman, or anyone a role on the spot before. It's always done through an agent or an offer or something like that. But at that time, I got permission, and then I walked up to you, I remember, and there was a camera there, and said, "Would you do this?" And then there was an awkward conversation, and then because they were, but it was complicated. But
and I didn't have an agent. That's maybe why you came up.
Oh, that's probably. No, but also there was a discussion too we had on the steps, or after that, where I said, whether the film sucks or not, you'll be Wolverine for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So prepare for that.
Which I'm very happy about, by the way. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, God bless you.
But thank you, man.
Oh, thank you.
That was the moment that changed my life forever. That was one of those right turns that sent my life in a way better direction. So
well, mine too. So love you, babe.
Oh.
I'll leave you to it.
Well, hang out for a sec. If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to, take over and bring out some of our friends, which if I am left to remember everyone's names, I will fail. So I'm going to leave it to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Here we go. Let's start off with, as Quicksilver, Evan Peters. There he comes. All right. As Havoc, Lucas Till. As Jubilee, Lana Condor.
Yo.
As Nightcrawler, Cody Smith McPhee. As Cyclops, Ty Sheridan. Jean Grey, Sophie Turner. Beast, Nicholas Holt. Professor X, James McAvoy. Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence. As Magneto, Michael Fassbender. As Apocalypse, Oscar Isaac. As Psylocke, Olivia Munn. As Angel, Ben Hardy. As Storm, Alexandra Shipp. And writer-producer Simon Kinberg. Holy craps.
Yeah, right. I see. No, I see how it works. That's good. No seats left. Got it. No, it's cool.
Well,
I got Michael Fassbender's card. I'm all good.
no, I mean, you don't, where you, well.
Yeah, no, I can stand back here.
Well, no, I mean, you don't have to stand here, but, you might, I don't know, take a look around at,
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
There's room at the table.
There's room. Can I sit on Jen's lap? I'm just saying.
Fine.
Wow, I was hoping that was mine.
And we're done. Thank you very much.
I mean, that could be it.
Well,
Were you seriously
Have a great
not
one.
having
Hey.
sex with him?
Yeah.
It's great
Have a
seeing
great
you.
one. Have a great one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hugh Jackman.
Wait, Hugh, come back, wait, Hugh. Hugh, stop, we want to just
Let it
take
go,
one.
Brian,
Hey, wait,
accept.
no,
Brian, let it go.
no. I just wanted to I recognize the fact that you've been in every single X-Men film.
Right.
Every one
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
Up until, yeah.
Mhm. Old friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Remember who the video,
Yes.
emotional first
Yes.
role of your life?
I got
okay.
it.
All right, have a good day. I'll see you.
It's like the
no.
awkward gift
Okay.
that keeps on giving.
But you know my number because we
Okay.
exchanged that.
My people,
earlier.
your people. Okay,
Okay, good
great. See ya. See you.
Hugh Jackman again. Oh my God, how are we gonna get through all this? Okay, I think we can do it. I can barely see you all the way down there, Simon. Where's that? Hello, Oscar.
Hey, man.
Where's Brian? Brian, there you are. Brian, in the middle. Over here. So just sort of walk us through a little bit and where are we and how does this story fit in with the X-Men canon?
Let me switch gears for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Stop talking, guys.
Sorry. He's always like this on set, too.
They're always talking. X-Men Apocalypse takes place 10 years after X-Men Days of Future Past in a completely different world. 1983, world has now accepted mutants thanks to the great heroism of Raven, Mystique, who prevented this gentleman from causing a war between mutants and humans. Mutants are, for the most part, accepted and embraced by society. In some places, not in every place. And so it takes place in that world. And that's where we find our characters. And we also find our characters in all very different places. And I guess they can talk about that themselves.
Excellent. But I think probably what'll work best is if we can sort of jump into, because you did bring something to show people if I'm not...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Film school disclaimer, even though it's been a long time since I was in film school. This is this is sort of cut and trailer format, but it represents maybe only about 5 weeks of shooting, no finished visual effects or anything like that. It's just a little, but what it is a slight taste, I think, of the tone and the essence of the kind of movie we're making. So take a look.
That seemed to go very well.
Oh, that went over.
Congratulations. Is this the first time you guys have seen any of the footage? Is this the first time you've seen the trailer?
Yes.
Publicist showed me.
Holy shit. First of all, Mr. McAvoy, you have the dome now.
I have
so
the full dome.
how did it feel to actually take on that iconic part of the role? Did it make you feel like I am finally Professor X?
It's good because I can now say Patrick Stewart don't have shit on me. It's good. It's good. It's nice. It's what I thought I'd always do, like right at the beginning of X-Men First Class. But obviously we had different ideas. So it's nice to finally, even though we've messed with the character and we've put him in different guises and given him slightly different personas than you've seen him in the cartoons and in the comic books and in the movies that we've seen already ever since 1999 and 2000. It's nice to finally adopt that iconic look and pay homage to everything that made all these movies possible, whilst also trying to give it something different each time as well.
Excellent. For Jennifer Lawrence, are you more Mystique or Raven in this film? Do you think?
I'm more Raven, because as we said in the movie that you haven't seen yet, she didn't want to be the face of a world that she felt like didn't exist.
So is it? I mean, for Michael Fassbender, which side can you say where Magneto? Soak it in, let it happen.
What did I say?
Where is Magneto? Which side? Can you hear me okay down there?
Yeah, I think he's kind of a guy that plays both sides.
Yeah.
Goes both
He's a
ways.
little misguided.
Yeah. It depends, you know. It's like depends on the day of the week. No, you know, he's always that kind of ambiguous sort of villain. So when we meet him in this first film, he's more of you know, a simple guy. He's just sort of living a normal life and has kind of hung up his cape and his evil ways, and that's where we sort of discover him, and then things happen, and he gets sort of drawn back in, as Al Pacino says in the third Godfather. So it's
The best one, really.
the best one, yes, absolutely. Andy Garcia. So it's it's sort of a little bit of both, really. As always with Magneto, I think, you know, there's not, you know, his motives are in some ways justifiable. It's his methods that are kind of questionable. So we see both sides of him here.
Yeah, I mean, because he does things that seem villainous, but I don't know if he's necessarily I feel like he's a human character that just seems to want things, and sometimes it's hard to tell if those are for himself or just for you know, all of mutant kind, you know?
Well, I think, you know, what you're seeing is somebody who's developed by his experiences in life. And, you know, as we know from, you know, a young age, he experiences a concentration camp and sees, you know, his loved ones getting taken away from him. So it develops a certain personality. And this is another level of that. In this story, Apocalypse, you know, he's trying to sort of lead a normal life. He falls in love, has a family. And from then on, things happen.
Excellent. Oscar Isaac, what can you tell us about Apocalypse?
What do you want to know?
Well, the whole movie right now, if you would tell me, but if
Okay.
not, what are you allowed to say?
Well, yeah, I play Apocalypse. He looked pretty cool, right? Am I right? Yes, yeah. You know, he's, you know, it's basically this world that we have. It's not the world that should have been. God's just been asleep, and God wakes up and realizes what's happened and says it's got to change. And part of that is this character who, in the comic books, he's got so many powers, so many strange things that have never really been specified. And so for us, it was important to figure that out. But really the big one, I think, is the power of persuasion, because he has to go to incredibly powerful people like Psylocke and Storm and Magneto, Angel, and convince them that his way is the right way to go. And much like a cult leader, he sees people that need something, that are wanting something, and exploits that to a certain extent. And he gets these followers and you know, instills his plan.
Excellent. So just because our panel is, because it's very expansive, I'll just kind of ask everyone the same question, if that's okay, and we'll just start with you, Evan, which is who is your character to you? Like when you would go into work, like who do you see when you go into work? So who's Quicksilver to you?
Me in a wig. Me in a gray silver wig, who runs pretty fast.
Yeah.
But isn't going
Great
anywhere.
answer,
What else
Evan.
could I say? I don't know what I could say.
It's in the genes, darling.
I don't know.
Is that too tough a question for everyone
That's
to answer,
really
Brian
difficult,
Singer?
yeah.
It was saying he runs too fast, but never seems to be going anywhere.
Okay.
Like,
What he's-
I mean, eventually he does, but that's kind of who he is, at least at the beginning.
Excellent. Lucas, how does Havoc fit into
You're in your
it?
parents' basement for 10 years, dude.
How does he fit into everything,
Yeah.
or what does he mean to me?
Yeah, but what does he mean to you, and how does he fit in? Do both.
You know what, man? I've been practicing, like, how many fans of Dragon Ball Z are in here right now?
Probably a few. Probably more than a few.
So I've been practicing that Kamehameha since I've been like 8 years old, and I thought that was how it was gonna be on first class, and it was like hula hoops. A little disappointed, but I will say that I've been given a little freedom, and I've accomplished all the dreams that I've had as a little kid. That's what Havoc means to me.
Oh, please. Have you been up on Hall H panel before?
You know what's? No, I haven't. My
What?
first Comic-Con 6 years ago, I was up in the rafters. My buddy has a video of me. It was Peter Jackson and James Cameron, and they were on the panel.
Yeah.
And then they go from them up there, and I was somewhere up there. right?
You'd be crawling around in the lighting, which is deadly. I don't know if that's a...
Wait, 6 years ago it was different. I swear I'm not lying.
No, of course. Was there a second story here?
I'm looking up there. I can't see now, but no, there was.
Oh
Wait,
my God,
maybe it was
there's
in
like
Hall H.
2,000 dead people up in the rafters.
That's
You're
where
not
I was.
Supposed to be up there. Lana, what can you tell us about Jubilee?
This is much. Hi. I think Jubilee to me is the cool girl that, like, God, I don't think I'll ever probably be. She has a sick sense of fashion and an amazing jacket that's like so yellow and out there and bright that she's just cool.
Good.
That's what she is.
That's all
what
you
she means
need.
to me, yeah. There you go.
Cody, Nightcrawler?
Yes, Nightcrawler. I'd have to say I relate to him a little bit. He's had a bit of an emotional upbringing dealing with his mutant aspects, as all mutants do. But he finds himself and owns himself, and he has a great stance in his faith, and he's also extremely happy all the time, and I think that's why his fans relate to him. So yeah.
Excellent. Perfect answer. Ty, what can you tell us about Cyclops?
Yeah, Cyclops. I guess. He shoots beams out of his eyes and he's angry. But I think what's cool about this is that the younger generation of mutants kind of get to explore these characters and who they are and how they became who we know them as in the previous X-Men.
Yeah. All right, good. That was a very politically correct answer there. It's like stepping all around the... And further, I feel peace for all. Like there's a... And babies are good. Hashtag puppies. Sophie, what did you feel? What was the responsibility coming into this to this film? You know, as Jean, how did you approach it? And you know, did you understand the weight of it coming in?
I felt quite a lot of responsibility, I suppose. I mean, Famke portrayed Jean so beautifully that I was just kind of like, gotta live up to that one, don't I? But I mean, for Jean, it's exciting because I get a whole new kind of perspective on her in the way that when we last saw her, she's like grade 5 mutant, right? She's like powerful. And it's exciting to be able to figure out how she, you know, got that way and how this alienated young girl becomes one of the most powerful mutants in X-Men history.
All right,
I'm not
good.
bragging, but she's pretty sweet.
She gets pretty badass. Nicholas, how now that you've lived with Beast for a while, where are you with him?
I can't concentrate because I'm still psyched about the Deadpool trailer. That was sick. Hank McCoy, aka Beast. For me personally, I grew up watching the cartoon, so he's the guy that I loved in the cartoon, and now I get to pretend to be him, so it's cool as shit.
Excellent. James?
I don't really see him as Charles Xavier or Professor X. I just see him as Patrick Stewart. And anything that he did, I try and do a copy. You know, I try and make it better. But be fair, he had some moves and stuff, but he's really old. And I'm only joking. He's amazing, and he paid for my house. You know, if he hadn't did what he did in 99, 2000, then I wouldn't be doing this now, and I've huge homage to him. I see Charles as empathy. You know, that's his greatest superpower for me. And he's the ability to care and understand what other people are going through. And that's only been increased by all the chaos and trauma that he's been put through in the last few films. So every time he's connecting with somebody, it's profound. And that's the most important thing he has, way beyond mind control and way beyond the ability to read other people's thoughts. But yeah, he cares.
Excellent. So just jumping over, because we talked to Jen and Michael and Oscar. Munn, Olivia, someone's come a long way since Attack of the Show, Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
We used we used to cover Comic-Con. We didn't sleep for days.
I know, but I can still deep throat a hot dog.
Oh,
Do
well,
not
then.
mistake it.
I don't even know if we need to ask you about the movie at that point.
Next, so Ben, what did you think about your character? I moved on for us.
Okay, fine, Munn.
No. What was the question? It was
You know, it's
so
just
long
like
ago.
seeing you appear like on the panel. It's so fucking crazy.
I know, it's so fun. I love you.
I mean, what did it feel like to come into this? I mean, like you used to cover this kind of stuff, and now you're a part of it.
I know. It's like it feels like the mothership calling me home. This feels like it's like the coolest thing ever. And every time I get so excited to put on the suit, and I get so excited to train and do my sword training and my stunts and do all. It just feels honestly, it's like the coolest thing out there. What's so funny? We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you.
Ben, what can you tell us about Angel?
Yeah, it's just a really fucking cool thing. It's just the fucking coolest.
Good. Ben.
Dude, I have wings. Like, I have some serious badass wings. And that's the best thing about Angel. I feel like Angel is like every angry or bitter thought I've ever had just embodied in one person. So yeah, it's great fun to play.
Excellent. Alexandra, coming in as an iconic character.
Hey, guys.
How was this experience for you?
It's been pretty epic. You know, with Storm, she comes into this and she's kind of lost. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know who she is or how powerful she can really be. And, you know, she meets someone like Apocalypse, who kind of represents what a lot of people in Cairo look for, which is like a god, you know. And she's just finding her way, and hopefully she can find her way to the X Mansion.
Excellent. Well, they're holding up a lot of signs here for me because there is another panel after this, but I feel like we should probably watch the footage one more time. Since we're all here and stuff, I'd like to bring out director Josh Trank, producer Simon Kinberg, as Reed Richards, Miles Teller, as Sue Storm, Kate Mara, as Johnny Storm, Michael B. Jordan, as Ben Grimm, Jamie Bell. Sorry. How's it going? And as Victor Von Doom, Toby Kebbell. I know, it is a lot of people. Welcome back. Toby, second time today. What? What do you love?
I love you too. Who was that?
Oh, you love Kate. All right. Well, don't be creepy about it.
Take
All
it
right.
easy. Mom. Take it easy.
Welcome, everyone. Okay, Fantastic Four. Josh, let's start with you.
Yes, sir.
So why...
Hi, everybody.
Hey, this is Josh.
Hello.
This is Josh. He directed this movie.
I have not been to Comic-Con since I was 15.
Really?
Yeah, I stopped coming because it became too Hollywood. So ironically, I'm
So now you're part of the problem. Yeah.
pretty much. So here I am. Hello, everybody.
But it's good. It's nice. Yeah. If it hadn't become this, then we wouldn't get huge budget Fantastic Four movies.
Absolutely.
So why was it important for you, Josh, to take on Fantastic Four?
I've always loved the Fantastic Four ever since I was a kid. I honestly, I never collected the comics because, on the weekend with my allowance, I either went to Blockbuster Video or I went to the comic store, and I always went to Blockbuster Video. So my love for the characters usually came out of the Marvel encyclopedias. So I just knew the characters really, really well. And I watched the cartoons. So after we made Chronicle, I wanted to tackle the same subject again, but in a more, as a movie and not as a found footage film. And I just thought that the Fantastic Four would be such a great opportunity to, as a new film, to explore a side of those characters that I'd never seen before, which is the more tragic origin that you can kind of see in the first year of the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby Fantastic Four, where it's more of like a monster tale. It's more of a transformation.
Yeah. Simon, what was your experience and involvement?
They actually, Emma Watts, who's president at Fox, called me when we were finishing Days of Future Past. And I was in Montreal shooting that movie, and she was like, do you want to come work on Fantastic Four, and I also grew up actually loving the Fan Four comics, but I sort of was a little burned out on superhero movies, and I felt like I needed a break. And she said, just talk to Josh. And so we got on the phone, and Josh pitched me his vision of what the movie would be, a more grounded, dramatic, emotional, character-driven story that, like he's been saying, and we said all through photography, like it was more science than science fiction. And that just, it really hooked me. So I wanted to do it because of the way he wanted to do it.
Miles, how do you approach Reed Richards?
Well, I think anytime you're playing a real person, and I've done it a few times, but no, I consider Reed Richards very much a real person. That there's so much history to that person, and there's just so much material out there. So you kind of want to cipher through a little bit. Josh was sending me books like Quantum Physics for Dummies.
For Dummies, yeah.
Yeah, and he was sending me all this material. But yeah, you approach it very honestly, and I just loved the opportunity for it. It was not something. I kind of joked around a couple of years ago saying, I guess I'll do a superhero film at some point, and then Spider-Man came and went, and I thought that was it. But just to be a part of this cast specifically with the Fantastic Four. I just think it's really interesting, the people that we assembled for it, and Josh's vision. It's cool, man. It is a very cool film. It's not just people blowing things up, which is great. You're going to sit in that theater, and I think you're really going to be just drawn into this world and the mood that we're kind of playing with. So
Great. Kate, you are on fire. You could do anything you want. And so what made you go, I'm going to do Fantastic Four. I need to be Sue Storm. Like, I need to make this happen.
That's very nice, thank you.
Sure.
I've always wanted to be in a superhero film, and what I loved about this one specifically was the family aspect of it. I also loved, when I met with Josh for the first time, really not having known a lot about the Fantastic Four and the origins of it all. I loved his take on it and the idea of an origins film, really grounded and raw and maybe darker than what people are used to. And so I was attracted to that and being a part of a film that's different than I think what most people have seen.
And how did you approach Sue? Can you sort of give it tonally what she's like in the film?
Yeah, I mean, similar to Miles, I thought, one of the main things that we are trying to do is make these superheroes feel as relatable as possible. And, in the film, you meet all of us before we have our powers. So you really get to know who Sue is before she has this ability and before she really knows how to use it. And so that was a challenge, but I really relied on the script that Simon wrote and all of the research and everything that Josh brought to the table and all of his ideas as well.
Great. Michael, what was your favorite part about working on the film?
Oh man, just like living out a childhood dream, being a big comic book fan, and being able to put on that suit and playing such an iconic character, and then getting a chance to work with these guys again. I've worked with Miles before, I've worked with Josh and built that relationship and that chemistry, and it was an amazing experience, man. It was pretty cool.
I mean, you're always going to be that guy. Like, people are always going to look up to you. They're always going to. This character is part of you now. And did that enter in when you took the job? Did you realize that that was part of the responsibility?
No, 100%. No, definitely. You got to respect the history and the legacy of the Fantastic Four, being Marvel's first family, and we tried to stay true to that as much as we could. We were very thoughtful in the process of making this film. What the fans were thinking, what they wanted to see. The expectations, and also being something new, a modern version of a family, and it's pretty cool. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it.
Excellent, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about Ben Grimm?
First of all, hi. How are you?
This is Jamie Bell. You were probably familiar with him.
You look great. It's my first time here, so be gentle. Ben, I mean, I think in this incarnation of Ben, he's in every kid. Could be any kid in any town in America. He's a bit of an outsider, and his kind of social structure. He has one friend, which happens to be the genius Reed Richards, who constantly gets him into trouble, and he always gets him out of it. And I think he's a bit directionless. I think when we meet him, I think you're at that age when you're kind of finishing high school and you don't know what the rest of your life is going to be, what you're going to do, you know. And then I think certain events in the film, especially the transition that we all go through and the newfound abilities that we all have, Ben very much becomes the best version of a hero, which is one that just looks out for his friends and just protects his friends. He's very much the muscle of the group, and I consider him the heart of the group as well.
Excellent. And now for Toby, what is Victor like in this incarnation?
I play Dr. Doom. And, woo! Yeah. I know you all know Dr. Doom, but he's the best villain of all time in any comic book ever. So.
Okay, why? Why do you think he's the best villain?
I think he is because we all think he is. I mean, he is. He's just led by ego. He's Reed Richards might be a little bit better than him, possibly. So I want to destroy him, and I will, and that's a promise. So yeah, I mean, it's just that. It's allowing your ego to run riot and be Doom. You know.
What do you think makes a really good villain? Like, what do you think makes people? When you think, well, there's the protagonist and the antagonist, they're supposed to identify with the protagonist and, of course, you know, cheer against the antagonist. But we fall in love with villains. So, like, what is it that you think makes a really good villain?
I think it's very relatable. You know, whenever you lose your temper, there's a part of you that thinks, you know, I should go and apologize. I should go and say sorry. I should do something to make reparation toward what I did. But the best thing about being the villain is you just find a twist so that you're always right. And it's a great way to live. I mean, not in real life, but just as Dr. Doom.
Excellent. And so, Josh,
yes.
From what I understand, we're going to get to delve a little, the origin story is a little more in depth than in previous versions. So can you talk about that for a second?
The way that I kind of thought about this is it's an origin, but it almost works as a prequel to these characters before they become the iconic version of those characters. But for something to work as an entire movie on its own that can, you know, really be about this group of friends that become a family, and they're torn apart and they're pushed to the brink, and how far they can be torn apart until they, you know, come back together, and just sort of a story about strength as a family. So, yeah.
And is the movie completely done now at this point? Where are you in the process?
I think we're completely done. Yeah, we're. I mean, I've just out of the mix stage like literally a few hours ago. So we're.
Oh, really? So you came right from mix to here?
We're finishing in the next few days.
I felt like there was some sort of record to break with getting a picture with the most superheroes on one stage. So can we bring out the cast of Wolverine, Deadpool, X-Men Apocalypse, and Fantastic Four, please? Everyone out. And then if someone could come take the picture, that would be amazing. Is there anyone? No, there's a barrier there. You can't. Well, sure, Superman could just jump right over. Is there anyone who could come out and take the picture for us? I think I found. They have someone backstage who's going to come out and take the picture for us. Can you send him out so we can take this?
Hey, wait a minute. Just wait 1 minute.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm just pretty pissed. I want to tell you, this is ridiculous. Yeah? Well, I'm gonna take the picture and get it over with. You think I can just do cameos? I'm one of the great photographers, and by the way, all of you are in charge. I charge you with the responsibility of writing to the Motion Picture Academy and saying they need an award for best cameo. But we'll save that for another panel.
Do you have a camera?
Who's got a camera? Who's got the camera?
Who doesn't have a camera? Does someone else have a camera?
Somebody's got to have a camera.
Oh, well, Channing Tatum as Gambit might have a camera.
Here we are. Here we are.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. All right. What's up? How y'all doing out there?
All right, make it good. Remember, I'm watching. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I in?
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Focus on me.
They want me to take one more here. I mean, this is epic. Here we go. Hey, you're hot too. Take it off, Chris.
All right, I'm gonna go over here. No, please, no applause. All right, here we go. Here we go. These are my people. Here we go.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Now that's the way to end a panel.
You guys, thank you so much for coming to the 20th Century Fox panel. I have been Chris Hardwick. Take a few pictures, and we'll see you in the rest of the con.